Good day, YouTube. It is January 3rd, 2020. Happy New Year, everybody. What in the heck is this? This is, believe it or not, is a little different for me. Not that the Honda EU2000 is different. As you know, I have many videos up on making these things run. But this is different in that we're going to get this thing running again, because it doesn't evidently run. And it's pretty ugly. And it's not mine. This belongs to some friends of mine, and I don't normally work on other people's generators. I'd rather buy them and fix them up, and then I can decide what I want to do with them, if I want to keep them or sell them or whatever. But in this case, these are good friends of mine, and I know what a dealer wants to get these things right again, and they probably won't do as complete a job as I will, because I'll look after the cosmetics and so forth of it as well when as soon as we get it running properly. But I have not even pulled the rope on it. I assume, like all the others, this has had a life of regular gas with alcohol ethanol in it, and carburetor's gummed up, and it probably doesn't idle. Probably, well, they don't idle anyway, but it probably needs to run on choke in order to run at all. And it's a little dirty inside, which means I'm going to clean it out and get some hate mail from people for putting water in there. Ooh. But without further ado, though, before we try to pull on this thing, let's check the oil. There's a lot of oil residue around here, around the cap, which typically means, if you go around the dipstick here, that someone's taken care of it. They changed the oil. They just didn't bother to clean up after themselves. So we'll just have a look at the oil that's in it. It's ready to be changed, but it's not horrible. It's dirty. It's ready. But there's oil in it. That's the main thing, at least for the moment. Of course, we'll change it, but we'll get it run right here for too long. Let's pull the cap off of this thing. Just set to on. I have, on a few occasions, left this in the off position, started my generator, and start running my audio equipment, only to find that it dies in about an hour or so, and it sucks all the air out of the tank, and it won't move fuel anymore to the carburetor. Yeah, you want to check that. Just saying. See if I can take a sniff. I'm a little under the weather, and I don't know if my sniffer's working. Yeah, it smells okay. I don't know if there's any fuel in it. I don't hear anything. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. Oh, there's some stuff in there too. What the heck? There's not much fuel in there. Let's see if she'll go. Now remember, these things have fuel pumps in them, so if they've been sitting any length of time, these things ain't going to start on the first pull. 7 to 12 pulls, depending on how long it's been sitting, to pump enough fuel from the tank to the carburetor to make it run, right? So the fuel tank's like here, and the carburetor's like here. Well, you know, the older generators, the tanks are up here, and they just gravity feed. So you turn the fuel on. If you wait 10 seconds or so, it'll fill it up on its own. But here it's over here. The fuel pump's right there. And it's vacuum operated. So you've got to pull on this thing to pump fuel from here. And this one's almost empty. So from here up to here and fill the bowl. So let's see what happens. We'll put the choke on. We'll get it started. My guess is it's going to have to run on choke and that the carburetor's gummed up. Let's go from there. And it's got a short rope on it. It's been broken. I didn't count. I thought it didn't run. It does run. Well, let me dig into this thing just a little bit further. The rope's pretty short on it. It's been broke a couple times. I'll come back when I decide what we're going to do with it. Maybe we're just cleaning this one up, give it a little service, and go back together. I don't know how hard the ropes are to change on these things. I've never done one, but might look into that. Alright, back in a little while. Alright, I've taken 4 screws out of the... Oh, well, they're down under here. 1, 2, 3, and trust me, the other one is around here. 4 screws. That gets the front loose. And 4 screws in similar positions on the rear. Took the back off. Once the back's off and the front's loose, you can slide these forward and these side pieces come off. I don't think I have to take the feet off. I'm going to leave them there. I've not had this thing apart like this before, so this is a little new to me. I need to pull this side off, and I've had the screw out of the knob, but right now the knob's fighting me a little bit. I pulled this screw off the starter rope. There's like a metal piece back there. So what I'm working on right now is just get the 2 side pieces off and then see what it's going to take to get into the recoil. Might as well get in here and fix and clean what needs fixing and what needs cleaning. Then we'll dump the fuel tank out of here and dump the oil out. I want to warm it up if I can. Stuff like that, or we'll change the oil twice or something just to get it nice and clean. What the heck, she seems to work good, but the rope is so short, so we definitely want to fix that. And it's kind of buried in there. I've never done one before, but shoot, I own 7 of these things, so I'm gonna have to fix one sooner or later. Might as well figure it out now, right? Alright, I'm gonna keep digging at this thing, and I'll show you the details as I figure them out. I'm into new territory here a little bit. Fast forwarded to the next day. It's Saturday. I've got it just this far apart, left the tank in and connected and everything. I think I can reach in there and get to all these bolts that hold the recoil on. So I'm going to go ahead and fight it that way, bring it out this way. I've left the handle on it. I think if I get it all the way out, I could then put the new rope on and then kind of just splice the ropes together and take it all the way out that way and put the handle on. It saves taking a few things apart. I don't know if it's going to work, but you don't know unless you try, right? Want to see if I can get the recoil off of there? Well, let's see. It's 10 millimeter. I just got a 1/4 inch drive deep socket. Should be able to get it by hand at this point. It's all about dexterity now. Let's see if I can just slip the socket on it. Alright. Gotta make my fingers work this morning. It's going. There we go. There's one. Move this out of the way. There's a little rubber grommet on top of the top bolt. They were not obnoxiously tight. That's nice. Alright. Oh, it's got a push button. Got this thing opened up enough to make it easy to clean. 2 down. Like I say, it's my first recoil in one of these. No doubt will not be my last. Yeah, throw that on the floor. I am fumble fingers this morning. And there's number 3. Think this all gonna work like I think it will? I don't know. You never know. So, let me grab a tie wrap. I gotta get right in front of you to do that. Let's throw a tie wrap through here to hold it. Should I line them up first? Alright, so I've lined up the knot with the exit hole. I put that tie wrap through about right there. Should be able to hold it until I get the new rope on it. Yeah. Like so. Do I really care how I get that out of there? I don't think so. Where's my needle nose? Oh, they're there. Already had them out. Yep, something like that. I stopped by the farm store and grabbed a rope this morning. Should grab something to cut these with. I love these cutters. Use them mostly for fuel line and stuff, but they should work for stuff like this too, I think. Maybe this one's just for fuel line. Let's try these out. These are cobalt. Yeah, nice and cleanly cut. Let's leave those out. Alright. Ta-da. Alright, let's get a new one in there. This thing was fairly weak though, you know what? I'm gonna have to put an extra couple turns in this thing to be sure. That rope was short, really short. It's not getting a hurry here. Alright, I'm going to grab another tie wrap, excuse me. I got it right there. I'm going to cut this one, I'm going to put a couple more turns on it. I think 3 turns would be appropriate. We'll cut the old tie wrap off. Coming around to 1. And coming around to 2. I don't know, it's getting pretty stiff. Should we go for 3? What if I break it? It's not even my machine. There's the hole coming up. Wow. 3 turns. Holes are lined up again. Let's re-tie wrap this thing. Just doesn't look like there's room enough in this thing. Sorry if I get out of frame, buds. To get another turn on it with the rope installed. Alright, let me get the rope out of the package. I need the handle. I have like a 50-foot roll of rope, but this one seemed a little smaller. So, and I don't think the other rope that I have is officially pull cord, but I use it on my mowers and stuff, and it works good. But yeah, this is more the appropriate size. So, let's get it put in here. It's like threading a needle. If you can't get just perfectly lined up on it. There we go. There we go. Come on. Alright. Let me get a knot tied in this end. So this is all not for practice. What should we do? Go through there a couple times? That should do it. Alright. Now we'll cut the tie wrap. And then we're going to end up in a situation where we want to tie these together. No, we should do this first. Let's pull this out the other side first, then we'll cut the tie wrap. That's thinking ahead. So, what do you think we ought to do to tie these together? The hole is fairly small that these go through. But how about we just tape them? Excuse me again. I don't think it's going to take much to pull it through that hole. And we don't have to have a lot of mechanical strength here. So I was wondering if I could just like do this and then put this one here and do this, and then from the back side just pull it through. Yeah, that works so nice. Y'all are gonna like this. Now I should put something on the new rope, because we haven't set the length yet, so that it doesn't fall through that hole. So let's put a big knot in it, and then we can cut the tie wrap loose. Alright, that's not going through there. Pull that snug. Now let's get rid of the tie wrap. What did I cut that with? Man. Alright. Now, let's set her back in here. Make sure it's the right orientation. It is what it used to be. It's going back together the way we took it apart. We'll get them all started, and then we'll get them all tightened. There's one started. That's not too bad a job. Two started. And now for the most difficult one. But depends how much dexterity you have and how small your fingers are, I guess. Found the hole. Yeah, that one started. Alright. See if we can get socket on it. Might as well do this more difficult one. Yeah. Is there really room for all my fingers in there? Maybe. Maybe. Alright. Hey, I'll get these tightened up and I'll check back with you. Alright, it's all tightened up. Looks good. Recoil's real nice. Gonna take the handle apart. You gotta pop this thing out of there. And then you can pull the rope out. It's a little metal clip in there. Make sure you don't lose it. There's that. We'll slide this in. We'll be able to take that knot out. And then we can adjust how long we want the rope. This thing's probably been shortened 2 or 3 times because there wasn't much rope left on it. So the more rope we give them, the more rope that fits in the recoil comfortably, the more times they can shorten the rope without having to go through and take the thing apart like we just did. So let's get a feel for that. Then we can clean this thing up. That's what I really want to do. Fiddling around, changing ropes. Alright. Yeah, probably somewhere in there. And that gives them... yeah, it's longer than it was from the factory at that point. So let's shorten this up a bit. We're going to do like a knot right over top of that knot, make it nice and big. Yeah, fit right in there. And get her cut. Right on. That is not big enough for me. Put the little cap back on. Alright, cool. We have a recoil. Let's go for interior cleaning here. Alright, I really want to button this thing back up so I can maybe do a little better job of cleaning, but let's clean up a little bit. Pulled out the pre-filter really dirty. We'll clean those in a little bit. We'll soak them out and solve it and then oil them up. In the meantime, let's just spray the dirt out of this thing. Get the big chunks out anyway. This is just like purple power here. Mostly just dirt. Get down here at the bottom and it's, you know, from oil changes and stuff, grease and oil. We won't do, I've been catching heck for doing a lot on the electrical side, which is over here where all the wiring and stuff is. So we'll try to avoid all that. It's probably a good idea. I just got some towels underneath the generator to catch the dirt, grease, and grime. Alright. So let me just clean on here for a little while, then I'm going to reassemble this thing, and I might take it out and hose it down just a little bit. Alright, getting rid of the ugly and the dirty. It ain't going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot better. It's just too dirty. And I don't like it dirty. But you only get them apart once in a great while, so now's the time to clean them up just a little bit. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm just going to keep cleaning here a little bit and reassemble it a little farther and take it out and kind of hose it down with water. And then clean up all the body pieces and we'll put it back together. Then we'll dump the gas out, we'll dump the oil out, put in fresh everything, service the air filter, all that good stuff. And we'll put some fresh non-ethanol premium fuel in it, which I got to go get, and put a little seafoam in it to help the fuel, clean up what's in the tank and lines and carburetor and stuff. We'll drain the fuel bowl and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, but hey, it's starting to look decent now, isn't it?